She spent all her savings and countless days to finally complete it. But just 1 month after it was finished, something completely unexpected happened. A silent flood began to form. It turned out to be the largest flood the area had seen in 60 years. Under these conditions, the entire bridge was swallowed by rushing water. Right ahead stood the newly built bridge. The railings had already been torn away, and the deck itself was clearly in danger. When the water level finally dropped, only the massive concrete pillars remained. As soon as the rain stopped, she rushed to the river. What she saw left her frozen in shock. The bridge deck had been scattered everywhere by the flood. Thankfully, the pillars, built with great expense, still stood firmly in the middle of the river. She hurried into the river to inspect the damage. Most of the pillars were still intact. Now, she needed to recover as much of the old bridge deck as possible to reduce her losses. She waded through the fast-moving water to the opposite bank, searching for the remaining parts. Most of the lower frame was unusable, badly twisted by the flood. Still, every piece she collected helped minimize the damage. She had carefully calculated historical flood levels when she first built the bridge. But no one could have predicted a flood this severe. With no other choice, and for the convenience of the villagers, she decided to rebuild once again. This time, she chose bamboo. It was cheaper, easier to work with, and strong enough for the task. Even if another flood destroyed it, the loss would be far smaller. She gathered thick bamboo, cut it to size, and carved grooves at both ends so the pieces could be connected securely. Processing the bamboo took time, and each pillar required a large amount of material. Still, she kept going. Fortunately, all the original pillars were preserved. That made rebuilding much easier. Once all the bamboo was prepared, she carried each piece onto the pillars one by one. The bamboo was too heavy to assemble beforehand, so everything had to be built directly on top of the pillars. Some of the old galvanized pipes were still usable. She used them to connect the bamboo, forming a solid support platform. The method was similar to before, but this time the cost was carefully controlled. Platform by platform, the frame slowly took shape. She wasn't thinking about anything complicated. With the main structure complete, work on the bridge deck began the next day. For safety, she reinforced everything with steel cables. Each row of bamboo was tightly bound to reduce potential damage. After that, the wooden planks were reinstalled one by one. At this stage, progress became much faster. Even if another flood came, this bridge would cost almost nothing to rebuild, only time and effort. Using self-tapping screws, she secured the deck firmly in place. After 2 days of non-stop work, the bridge was finally restored. To reduce resistance against future floods, she chose not to install railings. The bridge is narrow but safe as long as people cross carefully. After reinforcing it once more with bamboo, the bridge became strong and stable again. This flood caused her great loss, but in just 2 days, she rebuilt what was destroyed. Now, the bridge is once again open for normal use. What score would you give her determination and craftsmanship? Rate her work from 1 to 10 in the comments.